An anime fanboy, a Star Wars geek, and a brony brings you the most unorganized, unscripted movie review show ever. And they call us Wizards in the Basement.
Hello, YouTube. This is Tim Jordan.
I'm Jackie Chan.
And I'm Tony the Brony.
And this is Wizards in the Basement.
Guess what we just saw?
Oh, what is it?
Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That was a fantastic movie, would you say?
Oh yeah, this is a spoiler. This is this is your obligatory spoiler alert right here. See, it's a spoiler.
Well, if you've been seeing the trailers and all the hype, it's supposed to take place shortly before The New Hope.
Yeah, just when you thought we were done with the Star Wars prequels, you got another one right now.
An anthology, as they say. 1 of 3 to 4 on the way.
Well, overall impressions, I believe Alex summed it up best. Right after we saw the movie, he said,
yeah, this is the most expensive Star Wars fan film ever made.
Is that so?
Yes, indeed. If you thought Episode 7 was fan servicey, wait till you see this.
oh yeah.
There
yeah.
is an unbelievable amount of fan service in this movie that, of course, only the most hardcore of Star Wars fans will actually get.
To all you people who have never seen Star Wars and is considering watching this movie as your first Star Wars movie,
Stop that. Don't do that.
Stop watching this.
Do not
watch
watch.
the movies
Do
right
not
now.
watch.
Don't
Rogue
do that.
One
No.
first. Do
Don't
not
watch this movie if this is your first. No.
This is the most
No.
fan service movie
No.
ever. This movie expects you to know everything about Star Wars.
So
I know what you're
let's
gonna
talk
say.
about the plot of Rogue One. Everybody knows that. Every Star Wars fan knows what it is. It's about the rebels when they go to steal the Death Star plans and leading up to Episode 4. Did this feel a lot like Episode 4 to you?
Oh yeah.
Not in terms of the plot, but in terms of the style and the setting. Space battles, shootouts. It stays away from like the more mystical side of the movies that we see in basically every other movie except Episode 4.
Yep. Here's the real question, though. We should all be asking ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Was this plot or movie worthy enough of even being made in the first place? Should they have picked an even more important story to be their first movie?
I would say, yeah, for starters of creating an episodic, well, an anthology, I mean, I'd say yes, because...
They played it very safe by giving us a very familiar world of settings and characters.
I think it's a good choice for an anthology movie. One of the things I liked about this one is it's about new characters. We've got, a Han Solo movie. We're probably going, we've heard rumors of maybe doing an Obi-Wan movie and
A Boba Fett.
standalone movies of characters. What I really like about this one is it's about new characters. So far, this story is more interesting than any of the other ideas that they have put out for the upcoming anthology movies.
And still...
Even gave us a kind of a Halo Reach sort of story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool. They did it well.
I'm going to say this movie may have, in general, the most forgettable characters. Unfortunately. I'm going to say this. If you compared the lead characters in Rogue One compared to the lead characters in Force Awakens, there is no comparison. There's just so much more charismatic, whatever, that the characters have in Force Awakens have that they really don't as much in this movie.
True, but at the same time, this isn't some going on a merry old adventure. This one is more, as
It's
they
true.
say, the more greedier,
It's
the
true.
more realistic. Something that Zack Snyder wishes he could do in Superman Return, Superman versus Batman. So,
That's not to say that this movie doesn't have good characters.
They're all competent characters, but we can name you more side characters in this movie than the actual main characters in this movie.
Yeah.
yeah, there was a cameo of C-3PO. We see
3PO, R2. We see the two thugs that attack Luke in the
yes,
cantina.
that one. Wow,
Yeah.
that just blew my mind when seeing that.
Obviously, we get a CG rendition of Peter Cushing, which is pretty damn good.
No.
Okay, it's not perfect, but it's pretty. But you gotta admit, that's pretty decent.
It was fun to watch that. It was fun to see him around.
What do
It's
you think about
basically
it?
2017 now. They're never going to be able to perfect facial animation.
No. That was a lot of fun to see.
Even a short appearance from Vader, which was
Yeah,
really awesome.
Darth Vader.
Yep.
I love that its palace is on a river
Where-
of lava.
Where the hell was his palace at? They didn't give us a little
They
subtitle.
didn't give us a subtitle.
By the way,
But how hilarious is it that it's on lava?
I hated that they gave us subtitles for locations for this movie.
See, we also got
We got to
Princess
Yavin-
Leia at the end of the
Yes.
She looked, I don't know, I have to watch it again. She looked funky from what I
movie.
remember.
She was kind of funky. It clearly ran out of CG by that
Yeah.
by that point.
I would say she
But
was
I
the
mean,
more.
still,
she
it
was the
fun to
most.
Why
see.
couldn't they just have gotten an actress that looked similar to her and just call it a day?
Or they just don't even show her face. Like, I think they probably could have just gotten away with seeing the back of
That's
her hood.
all that I wanted to see.
But actually, that would have been perfect because the first time you see her in episode 4, you don't even see her face.
Dude,
she's
they ruined
wearing
it.
her hood.
Okay, yeah.
She's wearing her
Why-
hood.
You should not have brought that up because they just jumped the shark by doing that.
Oh, another cameo. Mon Mothma. The
That's not
Mon
a cameo.
Mothma from
No,
episode 3.
She
not a
she was
cameo.
not a cameo.
That's
Here's
a
a cameo.
prominent character.
Leia's father,
Oh yeah,
Senator
oh.
Organa himself. After so many years,
Dude, he was really underused.
Oh, of
Jimmy
course.
Smith was really underused.
I
I, was
think
like,
them-
okay, I'm glad to see
You know what?
him
They probably
here.
didn't even have him in the movie until their reshoots.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, and they also CG'd in Red Leader and Gold Leader.
That
from
was
episode
amazing.
4.
That was not CG.
awesome.
That was recycled footage. That was recycled,
They really
composited
did they
footage.
recycle that?
That was not CG.
how?
That was,
How?
That was the. How, what do you mean? How they copied the exact shots from New Hope, and they rotoscoped around them and put a different background behind them.
I don't think they I don't think they.
Yeah, they
ripped
did. It was. Could you tell from the audio? That was the exact audio.
Was that the exact audio?
Yes, it was.
I would say whoever did
I
that.
thought that was a CG rendering. I gotta
If it-
I gotta watch this
If
again.
it was really roto, that's actually almost genius. That's actually pretty smart.
In terms of acting wise, from Felicity Jones, I wasn't impressed.
Aw.
I was more. I was completely blown away from Daisy Ridley, but not Felicity Jones.
I liked the villain of this movie, and what was his name?
Oh,
he was
I
a grand.
forget. He was like
some-
a commander or
a-
a
he was like-
director. His
yeah.
title was director. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll just call him Fake Admiral Thrawn.
The only
for
reason why
purposes.
he exists. The only reason. why
except he was competent. Well, this one is too hot-headed. Even Thrawn.
Hey,
would
let's
ask
all
them.
admit it. The only reason why this new director character exists, they were not willing to spend the time to animate Grand Moff Tarkin throughout the whole movie. K2SO or whatever his name
droid
is.
Alan Tudyk.
CK240.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan
basically,
Tudyk, Wash
as
from
the droid.
Firefly.
That
He
guy
was awesome.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
like, think of him as like a mixture between if someone from Firefly created R2D2 and C3PO, added their own personality, and boom.
I would say the lead characters are not interesting, but the side characters were more interesting, and I wish that they had more screen time, like Alan Tudyk and what's his name, the blind guy,
Donnie
Yeah.
Yen.
Donnie Yen,
I'm just
The
gonna call him Donnie
blind,
Yen.
the blind force
and his
incident.
and his
the
dude
blind.
and his
Okay, that
friend.
He
guy.
was a blind.
That guy kicked ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He could.
They needed
a blind
They
force
needed a lot
incident.
more screen time.
I like Jane Erso's story though.
Yep.
It had a good beginning, middle, and end.
Her story is sad. I guess next to Anakin's story, it's probably one of the most tragic stories you have in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Just without the awkward. We'll never speak of that scene again.
Yes, indeed.
Sand?
So, but besides that, what did you think of the planets?
Unlike episode 7, where we got basically the same planets all over again.
We only got.
We got new locations here. We got new different looking planets. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Oh, then you have what in this movie, dude. Someone in this movie is a huge Spaceballs fan. You wanna know why?
Why?
The protective shield around the planet, because they had that shit in Spaceballs.
Oh my god, yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the space battle?
it was really intense.
Nothing
pretty awesome.
will ever beat the Return of the Jedi space battle.
No.
Nothing.
No.
You can have.
But I did enjoy this space battle, I think a hell of a lot more than the episode 7's space battle.
There was no space battle in episode 7.
There was a planet battle.
A
Yeah.
planetary battle.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was pretty cool.
What do you guys think of the music for this movie?
It's not John Williams, but it's
No, it's
definitely got a Star
But-
Wars vibe.
But unlike number 7, when it came to a few parts, especially near the ending, that was what was most memorable.
How about that? The last, what was that? 2 minutes? The very last scene? With Lord Vader. That last scene gave me freaking chills.
Oh,
That
me
was
too.
just- my jaw dropped when that happened. I was like,
I was like, my mouth dropped and I was smiling ear to ear. I was like, oh yes, this is exactly what I was wanting.
We needed a lot more of that.
Finally,
We needed a lot
seen
more of
Vader at his full potential.
talking about that scene or just more of Vader in general?
We needed more of Vader in general.
That would have been nice. That would have been
Well,
nice.
at least-
I'm happy with what we. I'm happy with what we got.
Yeah.
Kind of like how this whole time it's like Grand Moff Tarkin and the director, the fake Admiral Thrawn dude, trying to like fix this whole thing on their own, but like they keep screwing it up. So at the end, it's like, oh fuck it, we need to get Vader in here. Somebody call Vader, get him on the line, send him over here. And as soon as Vader arrives, like everything goes to hell for the rebels.
Exactly. Even
He
the
comes in, he starts slashing
and
everybody.
using the Force, choking, smashing,
Leia
whatever.
barely gets away.
I know.
And he's
Even
right
even
there.
rebels were like, "Here, help, take it."
And of course, if you've seen the fourth one, you know exactly what happens next. They get their asses handed to them.
Oh,
So like
the intensity,
I
man.
love how they used him. I think the way they used him was actually really good.
I honestly think this is actually the best and first of the anthologies coming to play. I think it's like one of the best Star Wars created.
This was a competent movie. Do I like it more than Force Awakens? Probably not at the moment. For Force Awakens, I had some negative thoughts about it for a while, and then it took me a while to warm up to the movie, and I eventually liked it a lot. That might be the case for this movie, but at the moment, it's like I said earlier, it's a good filler movie before the next main event for Episode 8.
Coming next year.
You're going to be surprised to hear what I'm about to say. I don't feel like they should keep on making these movies so close to the time period of the episodic movies. They seriously need to do more original coverage, like what we've all wanted forever, a Old Republic movie. If these movies tend to not be making much money, they should just resort to making great shows, and I hope they do that.
I'd say this movie definitely had a tough act to follow. We were just coming off of Episode 7 a year ago, and this is the kind of one in between. But I guess that's the way to look at this movie is to just look at it as an in-between movie.
This is a great movie to fill in the time between episodic movies, for sure.
Definitely.
Here, here.
Yeah.
The action's good. the characters I think are really cool.
But they're competent, but most of them, or at least half of them, aren't memorable enough.
A few of them are. Some of them don't really get any character development.
No.
Jyn Erso's the only one that you really see develop. This is like a Roland Emmerich movie, but with good characters, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He likes to do the ensemble movie, but
Yep.
but this it's like that, but with good characters in it. Damn good effects. I enjoyed the effects here. Even the CG characters, while they're not perfect, they were fun to watch. My verdict on this movie: the most expensive, the greatest, most expensive Star Wars fan film ever.
Who made a better fan film, Rasmus or Gareth Edwards?
Who?
Alex.
I think that answers your question there. Sorry, Rasmus, if you're watching this.
Who's Rasmus?
I guess if they're the only two things would be not enough character development, and I would have liked to see more Vader. But for what we got, that was awesome. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10.
In my point of view, I actually give this an 8.5 out of 10. I do like the effects. I did enjoy the battle. Whatever we had of Vader was phenomenal. Something we've been craving for the longest of time. But as in for the main characters, the side characters were a bit more enjoyable. But don't get me wrong, the two people, man, I forgot their names. Jyn Erso and I forgot his name. It's that forgettable. I would say I'll just call him Kyle. Jyn and Kyle. Both of them are actually, they're good actors. Jyn actually has the bigger story arc from beginning, middle, and end, which is solid. The other guy was really weak and flimsy and not as memorable. And I would say, as this guy said, best Star Wars prequel I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm scared to give this movie a 7 out of 10 because I feel like once I watch it a few more times, that my rating will go up again.
Okay, but
So
But a 7.5.
I'm gonna give it the IGN obligatory. The IGN. The IGN. I'm gonna give it the standard. Yeah.
Get over that!
1 out of 10. All right. 8 out of 10 because it's a great setting of a story. I dock a few points because the characters weren't as memorable and interesting to myself. The CG was very fun to watch. And I think my favorite CG was seeing Tarkin around. It was just, he's such a cool character. I don't care if he's real or fake. Even if it was noticeable. It was just fun to see himself next to people and just speaking. It sets up episode 4 really well. I give props to Disney for even bothering to make this movie. They could have just played it safe and just continued to make episodic movies.
Okay, I think that pretty much wraps up this edition of Wizards in the Basement.
I'm Tony the Brony.
and I'm Timmy the Tiger.
And I'm Peter Cushing. And this has been
Wizards in the Basement. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas, everybody.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's.
Till next time.
And I hate sand, it gets everywhere.
Oh, yes.